Hello and welcome back to another theme park vids video. I know we're doing really well in lockdown, but today we're sticking with the Drayton theme and we're going to go for what we think will be my predictions of what will come in the next 5 years of Drayton Manor, rides, attractions coming, leaving, and overall investments. And what obviously this is complete. I don't know anything. It's just what I think the obvious is and the less obvious things as well. So I'm going to get it off straight away because I had quite a few longer videos recently. Then in my first year, so this is 2021, this season coming I'm going to start with, I feel there's not going to be much investment this year, being as Looping Group have only just come into charge and have only just taken over. I feel there may be something added to Thomasland, but I can't see it really, especially with COVID. I can just see them prioritising opening all their attractions that were closed in 2020, like Haunting, the Dodgems, 4D Cinema, and the other attractions like Emily's Indoor Play for some reason that was closed due to COVID. There was quite a few, and I've got to be honest, I'd rather have all of them 6 or 7 attractions that were closed open again rather than invest in one new ride for Thomasland. So we'll see. I can't see much investment elsewhere. I feel like it's just going to be getting the Looping Group on terms of the park, how the attendance works, how all the numbers are doing, do some number crunching, work out what they can invest, what they should invest, what their target audience is going to be. And I think, will they go for the thrill market like I know a lot of people like me hope for, or will they stick with the kiddie market that the Bryan family were going towards with Thomasland? It's a tough one to call really. Like, they've got some great thrill rides there, but then they've got a well-established family area that I think would be awful if to see go. So I don't think we're going to see much in 2021. I think we'll see the return of the Drayton's Magical Christmas event and the fireworks show, and maybe an updated Halloween, because I feel like that was quite poor in 2020. So maybe a few changes there. And then I think that's about it for 2021. I can't see much going on. No refurbishments of attractions or changes around the park really. I think it's going to be very similar, apart from, as I said, the opening of new rides. So 2022, year 2, the second year of my prediction. Now this is where things could get wishy-washy, because I could see Splash Canyon reopening and a new addition to in the major theme park, not just Thomasland. Now I don't know where that is, if it will be on the G-Force site or on a new site, say for example up by Vertigo, that massive space up there where there's currently picnic benches. Love to see something go on there, but to be honest, a replacement for G-Force, something there, or an overhaul of Excalibur of Pirate Adventures area would be great. Just, I could see maybe Family Coaster, maybe something like a Gerstlauer bobsled would work really well on G-Force's site, or something like RMC Raptor is the dream for the park because it's a perfect fit. They're not very big, they're compact, they're thrilling, and they're pretty cheap. So, you know, RMC, if you're watching this video, you know, hit up Drayton Manor. I think these are the best contentions, either a family thrill coaster or a compact thrill coaster. I don't think you're going to see something like a big B&M going in. I know there was loads of rumours about the B&M. Apparently, I think it's for sale in Q8. Batman the Ride clone, I believe. I can't see that going to a park like Drayton. It's just too big. They struggle with the rides they have. They struggle with maintenance as it is, I know. So I'd be interested to see if they would ever put anything major like that in, because that's a lot of effort and a lot of hassle. I know it may be really reliable because it's B&M, but I personally can't see it. What else would happen in 2022? I think definitely some overhauls to the food options at the park, because a few of them are quite outdated. Obviously, the Italiano restaurant was meant to open in 2020. I believe that was pushed back to 2021. So that's obviously the revamp of the Griffin, which was quite a nice restaurant from what I know. But you have the Fried Chicken Co., the Burger Company. Obviously, there's a couple of places to eat in Thomasland, and also the Humble Pies. All of them are decent, but the food from I didn't eat there in 2020, even though having the season pass. I took my food every time, to be honest. but it looked okay, but it just needs that. It's a very Art Deco. It needs to be up the ante. You go to a Merlin Park and it's actually decent food. There, it was just like, it was quite expensive and it weren't the best. So I'd like to see something done with the food in 2022, and maybe some live entertainment. They used to, but since the past couple of years they've just stopped doing the live entertainment. I've noticed. I don't know if that's because of COVID or if they've just got rid of it, but I really enjoyed it and it's something I really wish they brought back. In addition, on the changing the rides, I can't see anything being removed for the first couple of years at least, because they need the ride hardware. They haven't got much at the minute. They've got rid of a lot recently. I can't see them get rid of anything. Like, I believe the chairlift was placed into storage from what I heard, but we'll have to see. Like, I'd love the chairlift to come back because that was such a classic attraction. If they put an RMC Raptor on the G4 site and then just snuck the chairlift back in where it used to be, what a dream that would be. But it seems stupid to do that just for removing it for a few years. I'd love to know what's up to it. If you know anything about where the chairlift is, let me know. So 2023 I believe we're on to now, because 2022 it's just going to be, I think, ride hardware, and in 2023 I have to say it's the same, because you've got, as I've said, there's 4 major sites where they can do development once Splash Canyon opens. You've got G4 site, Pirate Adventure, building the Excalibur boat area, where the lake, where the castle for Christmas events are now, and also the large field by the Buffalo coaster. I think you'll get one development on one in 2022, and I think another one in 2023. Now, I feel like 2023 is more likely to be the Excalibur or Pirate Adventure, if it gives them a bit more time. I feel like this could either be something like the factory coaster from Zamperla, which I know has been rumoured a lot, which would be amazing because it looks like such a good coaster with the trick track elements, free fall. It looks like a solid coaster if they could get that in Pirate Adventures, but space. And or something more, maybe back similar to what it used to be, but more like the Mack rocking boat, the new coaster where it follows the track underwater. Looks really quite good, follows some drops. If they did that on a smaller layout, on a longer layout than the prototypes, it could be a really good ride. We'll have to see. But I also think that could be the same for Excalibur. If you get another water-based ride, because it's been gone almost, I think it's 10 years this year since it closed at the end of 2011, I believe. It's been like 10 years since it closed. They need to do something with that site. It's even worse than Pirate Adventure, really. Yes, it's used for Christmas, but for the rest of the year, it's just sitting there, obsolete, and it's such a waste of space for how big the area is. You don't appreciate how big that lake is where it sits. You could do some big things with it. Honestly, need to invest in those 3 areas especially. Buffalo site, it's nice up there, but I'd love to see something go on it. 2023, I can't see much else happening. I think you could start seeing the removal of rides. I think stuff like Pandemonium, obviously that's for sale. The reason I didn't include it in the early years is because I can't see it selling quickly. It's such a bad ride. Like, I wouldn't want to buy it if I was looking into getting an attraction. At the end of the day, Drayton need to keep investing. I think the main reason I haven't put anything to remove yet is because I don't want them to. They shouldn't. I don't think unless something needs replaced. Like Storm Force 10 is unreliable, but it's an incredibly good ride. It's incredibly sophisticated for 1999, and it still is today. It's still a solid 3-drop water ride, and it breaks down all the time. Unless it's ridiculously costly, they need to keep it because it's a staple of the park. And it's the same with Shockwave, and it's the same with Maelstrom. Obviously, Maelstrom and Shockwave are more reliable. I say that, but Shockwave had a lot of downtime. I could definitely see, and that's where we go on to 2024, a revamp of Shockwave, a complete revamp of maybe painting the track, maybe a new sort of building shell, maybe a retheme along with Splash Canyon, being as that's reopened a couple of years back now. I feel like that could bring a whole lease of life in, and if a new coaster goes on the G4 site, it could bring the whole area back to life with the, is it 5 attractions in that small area? Either way, it would be a solid area to the park that's at the minute's quite tired, quite run down, full of possible development opportunities. Other things in 2024, I feel like it would be the year where Drayton's Magical Christmas changes and the fireworks change again. I think they do some changes, but I feel like it'll be quite major because it will be 15 or so years. I think it's 10 years, 15 years of, it's 10 years of Drayton's Magical Christmas this year. So I could feel like it could be moved on a bit. So we'll see. I just feel like the events could be improved, more additional entertainment, and I think there may be a new food outlet coming in years to come, because there's some really good food outlet opportunities at the park. They haven't got too many options. Something like a pizza pasta buffet, which they closed down a couple of years ago, would be a great thing to bring back. Honestly, miss that place so much. Now I think 2025, you're going to be looking at almost 20 years of Thomasland. 2028 is 20 years of Thomasland, and I personally think they're going to be looking at getting some Thomasland investments again. Hate to say it, but I just do. Maybe some of the older rides will start coming out, means they'll be almost 20 years old, but obviously they're staples of the park and of the area even. I can't see them going anywhere. So maybe a few things, maybe such as like the carousel that's just outside the area, maybe transformed even, not into like a more historical aspect, like the Bry Museum could be, and the what's it called, all of the attractions up in the zoo, I think they could be brought like into a new lease of life, because I feel like the zoo doesn't have many years left. I'm sorry. I think after this 5-year window is when you're looking at the zoo going, other aspects of the park being modernised, because it's really run down in areas. The Haunting, Sheriff Showdown, Drunken Barrels, that 3 there is a really good example of how an update to a ride can make it brilliant, because those 3 are good solid attractions. And then I feel like Pandemonium going, you've got another spot for a decent flat ride going in there. Apocalypse has to stay, it's such a good ride at the park. You've got Accelerator, really well themed now, could just do with some exterior theming. Not much more to say on that. I feel like the next 5 years are really positive for Drayton, especially with the rumours coming out that there's going to be £3 to £5 million investment every single year. Like, you could buy an RMC Raptor, just get it in. If the park got a major thrill coaster, it would be back on the map. It would be back on terms with Thorpe, Chessington and Alton Towers even. It's got a bright future, this park. A year ago, I would have completely disagreed with that statement. I would have said it's on its last legs. Could it be closing down? Obviously, in August, it went into administration. Obviously, that was just because it was being taken over to remove the debt. But we don't talk about that. The whole point is, this park can reach for the stars now. With a bit of investment from the Looping Group, it could become one of the best parks in the UK. You've heard it here first. Let's just wait and see then. I personally think a couple of years' time, I'll be doing this video again, thinking, was I actually right looking to look back at the first couple of years? I hope so. I hope they get some big investments coming. You know, obviously if there's investments coming in 2022 at the large scale, you'd expect planning to be coming out by June, July time at latest. So we've got a few months. We'll have to wait and see. I think that's about it for this video. Wraps up. I feel like it's not going to be a lot of removal, a lot more investment. It's going to be hard, heavy hitting. I personally can't see anything leaving the park majorly. Nothing of any quality anyway. Pandemonium. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. It's been a good one to record again. Hope you've really enjoyed it. The 2021 season is not far away now. We've just got to keep pushing. Hopefully COVID doesn't ruin it too much this year. Thanks everyone for watching. So goodbye from me. And that wraps up this video. What do you think will come soon to Drayton Manor? Leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.